if you go to Instagram, right? All you got to do is go to Instagram and see all of the naked female bodies on Instagram to know that there may definitely be some daddy issues going on, because there's a lack of attention, right? When women don't get attention from the first man that was supposed to ever love them, from the first man that they were supposed to ever love, then what happens is they seek that attention elsewhere. What's going on, fellas? It's your boy Gio, back with another one. Appreciate you guys joining me today. On my channel, I help men grow by 1% a day, every day. If that's something you into, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. But let's get straight to the topic at hand. You guys saw the title, right? And dads, we need y'all, right? Dads, we need y'all to step up if you are able to. And I say if you are able to because I understand that there's women that we allow to have our children that are hindering us from our fatherly roles, from our fatherly duties. And so now we have children growing up without a father in the household, or without a father even present at all, because of them manipulating the court system, right? But this right here is for my guys who are able to see your children. I need you guys to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward, because I'm about to get into some of the statistics and some of the problems that arise in the community, in the world, because we are not present in our children's lives, right? We already know that when it comes to women, our young girls are, if you go to Instagram, right? All you got to do is go to Instagram and see all of the naked female bodies on Instagram to know that there may definitely be some daddy issues going on, because there's a lack of attention, right? When women don't get attention from the first man that was supposed to ever love them, from the first man that they were supposed to ever love, then what happens is they seek that attention elsewhere, right? And social media has made it possible for below average women to get the validation and the attention that they want, right? But outside of that, our young boys, what happens to our boys when they grow up? They don't have, as a father, you're supposed to provide direction and you're supposed to provide discipline, right? So as a young boy, when you don't have direction and discipline, what do? You can't receive masculine direction and discipline out in the world, right? When your teachers tell you to do something, when the police tell you to do something, when the laws tell you to do something, it's hard for you to follow that direction and listen, because you have never had that structure and that discipline growing up. We're all a product of our conditioning, right? So the reason why people are the way they are is because they were conditioned to be that way, or they were conditioned so heavily in one direction that they said, I'm going to go the complete opposite direction because I want to stay far from that. We never balance things out on the scale, right? If something extreme happens to us, we tend to go to the opposite extreme. We never really find that balance until later in life. A lot of times, and most people never, right? So we see what it's doing to our boys and to our girls, right? Sexual promiscuity among girls, that's going to be another issue, right? If her dad is not there to guide her on the type of guys that she need to pick, who else is going to do it? Not the mom. Women don't know how to pick, which is why dads, even back in the old days, dads pick husbands for their daughters. A man has to have some say so in who his daughter is with. And because we have that type of judgment to understand, okay, is this man going to be capable of leading my daughter for the rest of his life, right? But these days, women without dads they're picking their own man, and they're picking them off of the googly feelings. Bro, I could give any woman googly feelings with my mouthpiece, right? I can make any woman feel extra good with me, make any woman feel confident and comfortable with me, and then I can go and do the dirtiest thing in the snap of a finger, right? But when she got a man that knows the game, a father that's there and present, he can say, okay, what's up with you? What's your intentions, and how are you going to be able to do X, Y, Z for my daughter? And you know what I mean? On another note, who's taking care of your children when you're not present, right? A lot of times mom have to leave their children in daycares, or they have to leave their children with relatives. And what's happening? You got traumatic experiences happening with relatives, with daycares, with neighbors, right? Because you are not present in your child's life. Now the mom is not only working, but she has to give the children away. And while she's giving the children away, a lot of times they're getting touched on, right? Things that you will never know because the children won't tell you, right? So you got traumatic experiences occurring. They're getting abused, right? In ways that you wouldn't want to get abused yourself, right? So, when we're not present, the mom is working so hard and she don't know what the hell is going on with the child. So if you're not the one stepping in saying, if you're not in the household, the number one thing you should need try to be in the household. If you're going to get a woman knocked up, make sure it's a woman that you can deal with and live with. You know what I mean? Because I know it's not going to be perfect. Y'all going to smash women and get women pregnant that you don't even know for real and don't give a damn about, right? But the fact that y'all have a child together is what is y'all only uniting factor. If you can't be in the household with the child, at least make sure your presence is felt, not just on a weekly basis, but multiple times a week, right? Maybe you picking up the kids from school and taking them to the mom or whatever it is. You need to figure out a way for you to be present because they're already missing the interaction between a man and a woman. They're already missing that. They're not seeing how a man and a woman is supposed to interact in the same household, right? And then if the mom is not saying positive things about you while you're away, then that could be devastating to you and your children's relationship as time goes on, right? And parental alienation, I did a video on that one. And I also did a video on single parent household. From that video, we know that children who grow up with only one parent, they are lower on a socioeconomic pole, right? They make less money. They are more likely to do drugs, more likely to drink alcohol, more likely to not get their education, right? They're more likely to just be at the bottom of the barrel of society. So you as a dad not being present is a problem because you're promoting a fucked up society, right? So I need you guys to really think about what you're doing when you say, I don't want nothing to do with my kids. Think about what you're doing. Think about all of the things that's going on in your life today. Maybe you've been robbed before. Maybe you've been shot at before. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody had wronged you before. Well, hurt people, right? And what I'm getting at when I say that is, it's a very high likelihood that the person who did that is someone who came from a single parent household, who didn't have structure and who didn't have discipline and who didn't have the nurturing from the mom that they needed, right? A lot of times moms are so stressed they can't even love children the way they're supposed to, right? So you guys gotta keep that in mind as you are leaving your children to fend for themselves or with just the mom, right? So y'all boys gotta get right. But that's just a quick little message to y'all today. I got something else I want to touch on real quick. It's a article that I want to touch on. It says, to save black boys, we must teach them how to read. I hear you. I know you guys, if you listen to Kevin Samuels, you know that he talks often about how black boys are reading at a 4th grade reading level. Well, that's a big problem. In this article, it says, this is an article by Dr. Juwanza Kunjufu, right? This was published February 7, 2019, right? It says only 12% of black males are proficient in reading by 8th grade. If this was the case for white males, the media would categorize this as an epidemic and a national security risk. If a black male is not proficient at reading by the 4th grade, they only have a 20% chance of graduating high school on grade level, right? America is not doing a very well teaching black boys how to read in the primary grades, right? So this is my point. I'm not going to go into this whole article, but what I want to say is women are not, a lot of times single parents are not providing the tutors that their children need. And they can't, as parents, as working parents, teach them, right? A lot of times they don't have the education to teach them what they're learning in school. So if they're not getting taught at home by their parents and they're not getting tutored on this stuff, then who's teaching them, right? And that's why we've fallen into problems like this, where black boys can't read, right? With young children are lacking the proficiency that they need to get through high school, right? All of this stuff plays into your confidence. I remember when I thought I was an average, below average student, right? When I thought I was below average, I made below average grades. But once I realized that I wasn't, I started getting better grades. Then when I went to college and I started seeing, I made straight A's, it solidified my confidence in my intelligence, right? So if you are told words of affirmation, positive words of affirmation, and you see progress in your studies, then you begin to believe in yourself and to think that and have self-worth and self-esteem, self-confidence in your abilities, right? And when you have that, that is what guides your decision making. That guides your potential. So look, that's all I got on it today, fellas. Make sure you're in your children's lives because they need us. All right. But look, salute.